You actually managed to find this place. Congratulations.
So, you're another Fatui Harbinger? Like Senora and Child?
Senora and Child. I didn't know you and my two least reliable colleagues were acquainted. I'm the Balladeer. Number 6 of the Fatui Harbingers. Delighted to meet you, oh mighty traveler. So many visitors today. To what do I owe the honor? Oh, so that's what this is about. I think you've got the wrong idea. I know how this looks, but I'm just here to follow orders. I'm obviously not the mastermind behind this. Aren't you supposed to be pretty tough? What are you waiting for? Go get them. You're getting all worked up over nothing. Didn't have you down as being so weak.
How can you say this is nothing?
How can you call it anything more? It's the way of the world. Human life is worthless. They were always going to die, with or without a delusion. At least having one gives them a chance to fulfill their ambitions. Do you have any idea how useful the Vision Hunt decree is to us? It took a lot of work to make it happen. Obviously, it was in our best interests. Good news is, our hard work is finally paying off. Generating conflict creates a big market for delusions. Now we just let the promise of power draw in the weak. For just a small price, they get the feeling of controlling the world, trading their life for supreme power. Pretty good deal, don't you think?
So, the Fatui started the Vision Hunt decree? You've been behind it all along?
From the outside, Inazuma looks pretty impenetrable. But on the inside, it's a land of opportunity. With a little effort, we were able to break them down from within. Eternity stretches things out over a long time, but each moment within it becomes all the more fragile. Take your friend in the Resistance, for example. There's nothing you can do now. He's a lost cause. Just like a bubble on the water. Beautiful for a moment, then total destruction. The more it takes from them, the more tightly they hold on to it. And the more incompetent they are, the more...
Hey, calm down! No!
That's it. Just like that. Embrace the anger. Embrace it! The wrath of the gods fills this factory, and it feeds on your anger.
What's happening? Get up!
Repeat after me. 3, 2, 1. 1, 2, 3. Come on. Okay, that's positive. Your brain seems relatively unscathed. This is good news. It's just as well, really, with the amount of effort it took me to get you back here. Honestly, it was like you were glued to the ground back there.
Nico? Paimon's been wanting to ask you about something. How come you're
Am I? Maybe it's because I had the other Shrine Maidens leave. Anyway, I've always been like this. People show you whatever side of themselves they want you to see. I know this for a fact. Every side of me is the real me. People just like to define things in all sorts of arbitrary ways. This is a human society. At the moment, anyway. And I'm just doing as I please. Study humans a while longer, my little friend.
Right! Paimon was so focused on the Traveler that Paimon didn't notice what you did to get Scaramouche off our backs.
What if I told you it was a secret art from the Grand Narukami Shrine, and that I had the balladeer down on his knees, begging for mercy in an instant? Well, maybe you should be worrying less about that, and more, maybe some of your neural circuitry is less intact than I thought. I didn't mean you had to be so formal about it. I need your actions, not your words. The delusions. They're still on your mind, aren't they? You needn't worry. The leader of Watatsumi Island took some troops to clear the place out. She's also issued a strict ban on the use of delusion. With their stronghold exposed, I must say, I would relish the opportunity to watch the Fatui get... Well, and...
A hindrance?
Anyway, I'm only telling you... You've met her, right? I'm not talking about the puppet. I mean her. You've met her, yes? Yes, the true Raiden Shogun, who meditates endlessly in the plane of Euthymia to preserve her being. Her name is A.
Are you saying that the one we met at the ceremony was just a puppet? And the real Raiden Shogun is the one that the Traveler met later? And does that mean that when the battlefield changed, so did the opponent?
Because this is the... Before pursuing the eternity of her nation, she had to reach eternity for herself. Since the physical body will eventually turn to dust, she replaced hers with that of a puppet. And since the spirit is susceptible to erosion, she placed her consciousness inside her sword, where she remains in a meditative state.
So...
The plane of She shuts herself off in her inner world, leaving all the affairs of the outside world to be dealt with by a... This is the approach A has come up with for realizing eternity. You mean Morax? It's been a while since I last saw him. A surprising decision by Liyue's Archon. What a fascinating god he is.
It seems like the Raiden Shogun's approach solves the problem Zhongli was facing, though.
Perhaps. Or you could take the view that she's acting like a little child, throwing a temper tantrum. The grand notion of eternity she wants, and ultimately, hurry. The truth is, we are on the same side. You want to save the people of Inazuma from the Vision Hunt decree. So do I. The only difference, the key is that the plane of Euthymia represents A's inner world. Defeat her.
So this is your... Not by
You're a fast learner. Don't you realize how special you are? Remember, the plane that you have...
Has no one else ever...
None. No, you're
Wait, you're leaving?
Anti-Raiden Shogun training. I've prepared a special program just for you. Come along. Okay, we can talk here. You asked me about the plan. In fact, I've been mulling it over for quite a long time. Before one makes a plan, what is the most important thing one must do?
Don't know.
You must understand the situation you are facing. The Vision Hunt decree was obviously devised as a means of manipulating the Shogun. The ones behind... Yes, this is the strongest piece of evidence we have to go on. Now, we also know that every aspect of the Vision Hunt decree's promulgation and execution has been enthusiastically spearheaded by the Tenryo Commission from the outset.
Ayaka was saying that every time they submitted a petition...
Yes, it's all too clear that both the Tenryo and Kanjo commissions are in some form of collusion with the Fatui. Foolish humans, blinded by their greed. Thus, the current situation is that our Fatui antagonist is still at large, has the two rogue commissions wrapped around their finger, and is unfortunately...
So, what should...
It will be easier for us. So my plan is...
Rebellion?
If we manage to convince her, I'm quite sure we'll be able to get you another audience with the Raiden Shogun. I'll give you a clue. She's currently in charge of the Shogun's army. She visits the shrine at this time every month, and she is our guest today. She also appears to be standing right behind you.
Don't move a muscle. You've got some nerve showing up here in the shrine when there's an active warrant for your arrest. Don't even think about trying anything. Surrender now. You're coming—
Affirmative.
It seems that you're forgetting. This is the use of force here is strictly forbidden. Before—
Guji-ai, please tell me you are not sheltering a wanted—
We are just friends. I don't see what sheltering has to do with it. Tell your—
All of you outside.
As you wish.
Guji-ai, I'm a little curious. Does it not also dishonor the Shogun to hide a wanted criminal at her grand shrine?
You're the same as ever, Kujo-sara. No one can match you when it comes to loyalty to the Shogun.
As a servant, loyalty to the Shogun is my duty. And as a warrior, I dedicate my life to following the way of the Shogun.
Even though she will one day seize your vision too?
The Vision Hunt Decree is the Shogun's chosen course, and I shall not question it.
It's tragic. Such wholehearted devotion rendered—
Lady Guji,
The vision and your masters, the Kujo clan of the Tenryo Committee.
you're saying the Kujo clan betrayed the Shogunate?
Yes, that's exactly what—
Guji-ai, your allegation is not only dangerous, but ever since I was adopted by the Kujo clan, I have seen and heard nothing but pure devotion toward the— He reveres the Musono. How could he ever even
3 days. Come back here in 3 days and I will show you the evidence. As a Guji, there's one thing I know very well. People believe whatever they want to believe. Some things you do not. And so—
She will have to come.
Wonderful.
That was so scary. But me...
Why are you always— As plans go,
Okay, but...
if we want to get our—
That toy Tanuki just turned into a human! What's going on? Paimon's never seen one of these before. Not a Tanuki. I'm a Muchina. I'm so tired. If I don't get enough sleep, it'll stunt my growth. Is this the professional you were talking about? She doesn't look very professional at all.
She is a member of the Shiumatsuban, a genuine, bona fide ninja.
Oh, wow! A ninja? So was that one of those legendary ninja transformation techniques? Anyway, what's the Shumatsuban?
It belongs to the Yashiro Commission, a secret unit under Kamisato Ayato. Now, Kamisato Ayato and the Yashiro Commission are neutral parties. However, here's what I need you to do. It would not be appropriate
You make it sound so simple, but...
for a complete... But since the 3 commissions work together to serve the Shogun, they have a... Now you're following me? The Shogun's army haven't given up on their search for you yet. But with the help of this don't forget.
It's us! We're back!
What brings you here? Did you meet with the Resistance? How's the battle going? Is it safe for me to come out yet?
Not just yet.
So, I'll get someone to call for Miss Kamisato.
I see. I understand. Now that you mention it, I used to think that she's...
The Tenryou Commission. Meanwhile,
But as I recall, it's heavily...
if only there was.
You...
That's a very Toma-sounding suggestion. But it's while they were preoccupied with that.
Great! If... It feels like it's been an eternity since we last sat. Well, it's certainly... This tea house... Oh, man.
Let's focus on the issue at hand. This was a reunion of sorts.
Ooh, let's play...
You're still...
The Tenryou Commission.
Alright, first let's... Yoimiya! We need an extra-large firework. The super-duper big kind!
Extra-large firework? You sure came to the right person. As it happens, I made this really souped-up one just a couple days ago. But it's so powerful that I haven't found anywhere I can test it out yet. Don't forget, move well away from it after you light the fuse, and try to avoid burning your clothes. Also, it's...
We'll give it a try. Thanks, Yoimiya. Well, we got our distraction. Now we just need to... Pretty much how I thought. There are loads and loads of people. If one of them spots me, I'll get caught. We need to get rid of them, or I won't be able to after I get the document. Also, if I... Is this...
Well, how did it go? Well done.
I know exercise helps you grow, but this was a little too much exercise. I feel so dizzy. No, I didn't know how to find a document you guys were talking about, so here you go.
My lady, what are...
This sealed envelope must be an official report that the Tenryou Commission... In addition, we have... It seems that Kujiya... This should be ample. I will also get...
Still, my...
Again.
If I'm... Let's pick up...
Lady Guji, here I am, as promised. Rest assured I came here alone and told no one about this trip.
I knew you would keep your promise after all. I'm sure you've barely been able to take your mind off it these past few days. Have you managed to get any sleep at all?
You're quite mistaken. I would never doubt the leaders of my clan. So, where is your proof?
Ah, how wonderful. Everyone's keeping their promises today.
Oh, you wouldn't believe what we had to go through to get our hands on this stuff.
Hand them to Sarah. She can examine...
What is this? I see this document bears the official seal of the head of the Kujo clan, and it doesn't look like a forgery. I don't understand. Not a single word about... What about the soldiers who gave their lives on the front line? Or the hardship endured by the people? Do they deserve no mention? Utter disregard for human life.
For the sake of the Vision Hunt decree, of course. Don't you think the Shogun might reconsider her policy if all of the things you just mentioned appeared in this report?
So, the Tenryou Commission... They are deliberately deceiving the Shogun?
Yes. Now,
This is a letter from the Tenryou Commission to the Fatui. The head of the Kujo clan kept this a secret from the Shogun too.
well, surely.
So everything I've ever held on to... It's all... This betrayal is unforgivable! Takayuki, you've got some explaining to do!
Kujo-Sara seems pretty angry, huh? Looks like our Tenryou rebel. Yep. Let's catch up with her.
Hold on, traveler. There's some...
Huh?
Last time you entered the plane of Euthymia, it was in front of the statue of the omnipresent... You must find a way to recreate the... If you can get the Raiden Shogun to take this with you as a fair...
What is it?
The Omamori from the Grand Narukami... or if you ever...
Cut it out, Fox Lady.
You followed me here? Since you are a witness, I suppose I can shield you from arrest. At least until I have received an explanation from Takayuki. But if it turns out that you have been deceptive in this matter, then not only will you be arrested immediately, but you'll also be charged with one more crime.
Master's orders. Halt.
Clear the area!
Stop! Sarah, have you gone insane? How dare you disregard my orders?
Master,
Go on, ask him. Don't let him intimidate.
Master Takayuki, I've seen the report to the throne and the letter to the Fatui. Please,
So this is how my documents went missing from headquarters?
should I take your words to mean that these documents were not forgeries? They were really penned by your own hand. Please tell me, Master. I need to know. Has the Tenryou Commission...
Yes, I have dealings with the Fatui, and yes, the report you saw was penned by my hand.
He just...
The diplomats from Snezhnaya promised a very generous reward indeed, and all they requested of me in return was to see that the Vision Hunt decree is upheld. For too long, the Kujo clan's position has been coveted by so many. There is no shortage of clans who would tear us down at the first opportunity. So, it appeared to me...
But
Betrayed the Fatui when the lightning after. None can contend with the supreme power of the almighty Raiden Shogun and the Muso no Hitotachi.
Yeah. He did...
But Master, ever since I was adopted, but it's clear to me now that you wanted my loyalties to stop with the Kujo clan. So you were scared that I would betray you one day? You hypocrite!
Selfishness.
Hate to say it, but his ego is getting in the way.
I've doubted the vision, but I chose. But now I so I'm going to tell the Shogun the truth about all this.
Stubborn and... Report to the Shogun if you so wish. The Shogun is at Tenshukaku receive...
Senor is the one way back in Rita.
A diplomat from Snezh...
Sarah stormed off! All right then.
The way... If I didn't know this, have you learned?
Oh
The right to punish Inazumans for their crimes is mine alone, not yours.
Apologize. I know. Don't go thinking I'm surprised. Ah.
no! She doesn't take us seriously at all!
Stop talk. They were no... Is that not almighty That's ancient history. The Tsari, these other mundane details. You. For what it's... Before you charging it, I'm not...
I chat to a duel.
Proceed.
My, you're full of... I'll admit that you are aware... A lesson on harbinger power and elegance? As you wish. So strong! But how? I am a Snezhnayan diplomat. You know what happens if you lay a finger on me, swear. If you strike me, I will make sure... The Fatui will make sure that your precious Inazuma... Stop! I order you! And you! Filthy rats! All of you!
You are the enemy of eternity. But as the victor, I acknowledge your honor. Therefore, I shall allow you to leave Tenshukaku alive.
there will always be those who dare to brave the lightning's glow.
So we meet again. Indulge my curiosity. What is the reason that I find you standing here before me once again? Do you hope your foolhardiness will shelter those people? Or was it simply a means of seeking an audience with me? Oh? Surely you didn't rouse me from my state of eternal meditation only to tell me this. My name means shadow. With my blade, I purged all obstacles to progress. And yet, something was lost with each step forward. In the end, I even lost her. The tales are still retold in the shade of every Thunder Sakura. But the wounds left on our nation by that terrible loss still ache. Never stop searching, even if only for a brief flash of light. If nothing else, we have the present moment. She said that once. But I've seen a nation stride forward and lose everything to the heavenly principles. Perhaps only if time stands still will the lightning's glow never fade. The present moment is a fragile illusion. Only eternity can bring us closer to the heavenly principles. I am no longer the shadow. Mine is the most supreme and noble form. Let power over the realm be vested within me. In this form shall I honor my subjects' dream, for a land of eternity, unchanging forevermore.
The heavenly principles. When all said and done... But is this nation worth stripped of
Miko, never
But what you're...
Humans have... But I...
But Not only... It must have...
But it is necessary.
He will miss me. You are off. Tell me that this is your... So it can... As a fox. So it will... Since you are willing...
Anyway... Now that I have... But...
As promised, the Raiden Shogun abolished the Vision Hunt Decree. Finally, her people's wishes penetrated her locked heart. Beyond the plane of euthymia, she saw what eternity means in the eyes of the world. When one's fervent ambition burns brightly, the gods will cast their gaze upon you. Some ambitions have the power to heal wounds, to bring victory, to inspire hope. But some ambitions outlive their masters long after the soul ascends. They remain as they were in the beginning. Burning bright and true for all eternity.
So what did you guys do in the Is the Vision Hunt decree abolished? Oh, Gatsu.
Why, hello.
You literally told Seems like
By the way, I heard defeating Still,
they caused
wait a second. As in,
Yep, that's
oh,
what
I handed that over.
you did.
Well, how else was I supposed to save your skin from the Balladeer exactly? The Balladeer is number 6 of the Fatui Harbingers. In terms of strength, I'm not the kind of person who risks life and limb for any old reason.
You did. For what?
After A created her puppet vessel, she no longer had anywhere to put. As her erstwhile closest friend, A handed it over to me. And she no longer. Thus the gnosis. Is that not a good bar? Judging by the result.
When you put. Really?
You intend to. As a mark of my. What would you like to know about? I'm surprised an outlander like you is aware that there was once a
Morat told
Yes.
twin gun.
They won the Archon War together, and when Baal established the shogunate, Beelzebul became her Kagemusha, or shadow warrior. In other words, she acted as Baal's body double. Beelzebul is A, with whom we are now both acquainted. But as far as the world was, in fact,
Until what?
Makoto died.
Losing her sister must have been super hard on A.
That was when A
Paimon feels like she understands A a lot.
I didn't spend.
Wow.
That puppet still before A.
So,
No. The original plan. Later, some eccentric geniuses in the.
what now?
It is, isn't it? Who can. Are you sure? Okay, keep it safe. There was.
Who in their
I see. Your ambition. Perhaps the Continue on.
Protection of the electro